Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. The one question that gets asked to me repeatedly over and over again is how to stay disciplined and not lose momentum. Creating the perfect routine, schedule, and habits is literally half the battle. But really what is so important is making sure that you stick to it and you don't lose momentum. And that is something that a lot of people struggle with. You have the disciplinary acts, but you don't know how to keep up with them when a wrench gets thrown in your road. Now, what happens when we fall off track is we always end up shaming ourselves, going back into old habits, and then just really being further away from the goals that we have planned for ourselves. So I wanted to design an entire video on how to stay disciplined through hard times, specifically for women, and even more emphasis on motivated women, because a lot of you guys have the motivation, the drive, the ambition, but you don't know how to keep up with it. So we're going to discuss that all today, and I'm going to help you guys unstuck your life. Okay, let's talk about today's sponsor, which is HomeGlow. I have been working with them for some time now, and I absolutely love their services. So essentially, if you guys have never seen this before, I will give you guys a brief update and description. HomeGlow is a 5-star cleaning service platform that allows you to book someone in your area to make your home and your space tidy and organized. With their easy online booking capabilities, you can actually book a top-rated cleaner in your area, whether it's for a special occasion. Let's just say you maybe have your parents staying with you for the weekend, or you know you're going to be hosting something big soon, or you want to just book someone who can come and see you regularly and make sure that your space is always staying clean. That is what HomeGlow is for. And they also have something called the Forever Clean membership, which we will get into as well. I am actually literally on my way to the gym right now, and it made me think about how what I love about HomeGlow is I like to go and run errands for the day, have someone come and clean my home, and by the time that I get back, they're gone and my space is tidy. So that's honestly what just reminded me of that. But spring is around the corner and our house needs a little refresh. I know for me that spring cleaning is very important. I need all of the windows open. I need everything wiped down, the windowsills and everything like that. And that is literally what you guys can use HomeGlow for. You can have a cleaner come and do any type of task that you vocalize to them, and they will clean up for you. Even if it's just down to organizing, folding laundry, cleaning the floors, whatever specific task you don't actually like performing, they will do for you. It is as simple as going to the HomeGlow website and putting in the day and time that you want cleaned, and they will get back to you pretty efficiently and quickly to let you know which top-rated cleaner is able to get to your place for that day and time. So you can actually browse photos and reviews of background checked cleaners so you guys can see who is best for you. Now, what sets HomeGlow apart from other places is they have something called the Forever Clean membership. Now, this is for all of my people who want their home regularly cleaned, but at a more affordable price. This is going to essentially save you $30 an hour on all future cleanings. And you can book unlimited cleanings for just $19 an hour. My particular favorite thing about the Forever Clean membership is that you can actually schedule your cleanings in advance, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, and they will have it put in the system and queued up so that you don't have to keep going in and scheduling it yourself. So it's just one less thing to think about. And I really think it's a great way for you guys to get the space tidy without having to do too much effort, which I think is great. So I'm going to put my link on the screen and down in the description box. You guys can head to homeglow.com/Hailey Gamba or scan the QR code to get your first 3 hours of cleaning for just $19. It's an incredible deal. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much, HomeGlow, for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get into the rest of today's topic. Guys, I was once a girl with big dreams, a lot of ambition, and a lot of passion and creativity, but I didn't know how to implement the proper steps to actually getting all of the things that I desired, because I would end up being lazy, I would procrastinate, and I would just not be able to create routines that would last. You guys know I have my notes in front of me, so let's get into it. Number 1, you want to perfect the journey and not be overly obsessed with the destination. If you want to stay disciplined, you have to create the most efficient and helpful journey to get to your end goal. So we spend so much time thinking about our end goal, whether it's becoming a lawyer, getting married, getting a specific job, losing a certain amount of weight. It could even be like super visual, like buying a home and you know exactly what it looks like, or looking a certain way in a bikini. And although these are helpful things to be inspired by and to be fueled by, it ends up taking away from all of the things that you need to do to get there, and it focuses and emphasizes on already having it. A lot of the times our mind cannot differentiate between something that we want and something that we're trying to get based off of how we look at it. So if we're constantly in visual mode and we are just thinking about the future version of ourselves constantly, it's really hard for us to create that moment in our present properly. So what I really want you guys to do is to stop distracting yourself with the goal and create habits for success so that your journey can be smooth and actually get you there. Now, I wrote down here, perfecting your journey can look like creating routines that feel aligned, waking up early to get more things done. A lot of the times, it's not that we aren't capable, it's that we have not created proper time slots to attending to this goal. So there are so many things that I know that you guys want to stay disciplined with, whether it's your wellness journey or your career or some of the passion projects that you guys have ideas about. And you need to romanticize the journey into getting that thing. And I know I talk about this a lot, but I really need you guys to drill it into your head. Let's just say you're not really good at staying disciplined with school and you're not like the best student, but you know for a fact that you want to graduate, you want to get certain accolades, and you need to complete these next, let's just say 3 semesters. What I want you to do is to romanticize the journey, create colorful flashcards, find ways to make school something that you can enjoy. And it's not always going to feel so great, but keep in mind, you can make it the best to your ability based off of the things that you have. So I really want you guys to start creating a routine that feels aligned to the goal and not being so obsessed with the goal. It takes away from what you're doing right now. Okay, this leads me to my next topic, and this is more about a mindset shift for women, okay? I need you to stop doing mindless behavioral patterns. What I mean by this is scrolling, watching TV, binge eating, randomly sleeping, like sleeping for sport. No. Sleep for rest and recovery, but do not sleep for sport. Staring into space, having no genuine effort at accomplishing the goal or task at hand. We do so many things in our day that take away from our discipline. We scroll for way too long, and let me tell you, there is something in the phone that prevents you from being a person who can do things. And I know for me that when I was trying to become a more disciplined person, it was definitely a struggle for me in the beginning because I didn't even know how to do a task without like listening to music or hearing something in the background because I always had some sort of noise or thing distracting my mind. I have learned to take the difficult steps necessary to getting my goals, and it sometimes is going to be uncomfortable or weird, and it's going to feel like something that you haven't done before, which is a good thing because we are trying to implement something that we don't have. If you are implementing long-lasting discipline and you've never actually had it before, it's going to feel foreign and uncomfortable. So you need to pay attention to your subconscious habits. What are you doing with your free time? How can you radically change this? Create habits for success by replacing mindless habits with a productive one. So I wrote down, for example, let's just say you have this habit of midnight scrolling. Turn that into midnight reading. Be someone who reads before bed instead of scrolling. And if you have to, put your phone on the other side of the room. You can also, replace snacking midday doing nothing into maybe making a smoothie and then going for a walk and listening to a podcast about something that you're trying to learn more about. It could also be, instead of like procrastinating and doing random things in the morning, you can jam all your house chores into a time slot, like cleaning your floors, taking out your trash, vacuuming, whatever and whatnot. And this just allows you to create healthy habits around better and more useful things to do with your time. It allows you to learn how to use your energy and time properly, especially as a woman. I used to be someone who would do a lot of things that were mindless or subconscious. not realizing the long-term effects it was having on my body. Mindless scrolling at night was affecting my vision. It was affecting my sleep patterns. It was making me feel very off kilter. Like, it really does affect your circadian rhythm when you're doing things like this, and not getting enough sunlight at certain times and not making sure that I'm moving my body. Like, I was noticing that some of my mindless habits were creating struggles in my day-to-day life. So when you start implementing these steps where you replace that mindless thing with something productive, again, it's gonna feel like a force. A lot of you guys ask me, how can I start being disciplined without it feeling forced? It's gonna feel forced at first. It's going to feel foreign and uncomfortable because it's not your normal. But eventually it becomes something that you're used to doing and creating in your life. And I also wrote here, we are tricking our brain to enjoy tasks and energy preservation. When we start to be a little bit more mindful of how we are utilizing our energy, we actually get more stuff done in the day. Because at certain times of the day, depending on your cycle, depending on how you're feeling, depending on your sleep schedule, it's gonna determine what your morning looks like, what your afternoon looks like, and what your evening looks like. And you really have to make sure that you tie everything together to where you can get the most out of your day. So I pay attention to how I feel. So really get in touch with how you're feeling so that you can start creating more productive patterns in your life. Now, on the subject of productive patterns and how to really have a sustainable amount of discipline in your life where you feel like this is who you are and it's not like a fake and forced thing, is understanding that you can make discipline a lifestyle and not a trend or not a goal. It can be who you are. So getting through rough seasons, anxious feelings, hard days are all about making this part of you your new normal. And I wrote here that it takes 2 weeks to develop a habit. So again, it's gonna feel foreign in the beginning, but the more that you do it and the more you implement it, the more it becomes your new normal. Currently, your normal is something else. You get to decide and change that according to your higher self thoughts. Okay, guys, you have to say to yourself, what does my higher self want? Does it want, for me to graduate? Does it want me to lose weight? Does it want me to be more successful? Does it want me to, have a better routine? What does your higher self want? And how can you create that new lifestyle for yourself so that it's sustainable? When you ask me, hey Hale, how do you stay disciplined? My discipline is contingent on my mind making it my lifestyle. I have now realized the importance of paying attention to the emotion tied to the habit. You really have to do that inventory where you're able to study yourself and say, what did I get from that? Like, when you wake up early every day for 2 weeks, how did that help your life? How did that increase your ability to become better? How did that allow you to evolve into your higher self? I like to do those inventory checks. So I always say, okay, what is the emotion tied to the task at hand? Do I feel relieved? Do I feel secure? Do I feel better? Do I feel more successful? And if the answer is yes, then that means that we are going in the right direction. So it's not just about doing that thing because I should. It's because it makes me feel good. So when you start implementing disciplinary actions in your life where you are showing up for yourself every day, you are showing up for your goals, you are doing better, it's going to create an emotion in you. And I want you to tap into that and embrace it. It's going to fuel your discipline moving forward. So in the beginning, it feels hard, it feels foreign, but you never stay long enough to see what the effectiveness of it is. You guys always end up giving up before it feels like your new normal. Start being someone who says, this is just who I am. Waking up early, studying for 2 hours, going to the gym every day, being someone who eats healthy. This is who I am. You never allow yourself to become that person, which is why it doesn't last. When a wrench is thrown in your road or something happens in your life, you end up completely getting rid of all of the habits that you tried to create in your life that were going to make you more successful. So be someone who is this person so that it's more effective. And I also wrote here, women with discipline need to merge a lot of different things in their life. So habits should be merged with hobbies, okay? So certain habits can be merged with certain hobbies that you have. You can even merge leisure with work. How can you create some sort of leisure in your workday? Also, sleep with recovery. A lot of you guys are merging incorrectly with things where you guys are merging eating with sleeping. So then you're eating before bed and it's going against all of your goals and your wellness journey, when you should be merging your sleep with your recovery. So when you are recovering from the gym and feeling sore and whatever, that is when you merge that with your sleep. Also, being able to merge eating with wellness. How can you merge what you're eating with your wellness journey? Well, it's grocery shopping, eating more whole food, plant-based things, having a better routine and diet, making everything look more aesthetic and beautiful and just healthy. And this allows you to do it better, and also merging your creativity with your ambition. If you're a creative person, merge that emotion in that thing with your ambitious side and really create a lot of beauty in your life. When you start merging things that are meant to be merged together, it allows you to optimize your time and your energy. You're seeing things come into your life a lot quicker based off of the effort around merging. Okay, this is a big one as well, and it's don't give up, just switch up. So what I mean by this is every time you try something new or try to create a better routine for yourself, you get annoyed if the long-term effects are not affecting the way that you want them to, or maybe it just doesn't feel organic, it doesn't feel sustainable, and you end up just giving up. Rather than giving up, switch it up. Create a better routine. Having this realization is a blessing. You know, for me, I like to use this example. There were many years ago where I hired a trainer to help me with my weight loss journey, and she only liked to work me out in the morning. So I was a morning workout person. But what I realized after like a year of doing that was that I actually did not enjoy working out in the AM. And a lot of people always talk about how it's like more beneficial and it's better to work out in the morning and all of these different things. But it just didn't feel right for me. So I remember like when I stopped, training with this person, I stopped working out overall. I'm like, oh, I hated working out in the morning and whatever, rather than just switching my workout time. Instead of giving up, switch up. You now have this new realization that it doesn't work for you. It's not something that you enjoy. How can you make it still going in the direction of success and in attaining a goal without completely getting rid of the entire thing? Do not give up. Things in life don't always have to work for you. Try something new and develop a habit. And if it feels unusual and indifferent or non-committal, you can always switch it up. This is something that keeps you on track during hard times. When you realize that not everything's gonna feel amazing, not every time that you're trying to do something is it going to be like a joyous, happy time, but kind of be able to do inventory and see like, well, what is this doing for me? And how can I switch this up to make it work better for me? And again, not always is everything gonna feel great, but is the result that is going to come from it going to give you some sort of relief? Is it going to create some type of beauty in your life? And again, not all journeys are going to be fun and exciting and liberating, but if they get you closer to the goal that you want, sometimes you gotta just suck it up. So I have found that you don't need to give it up. You just need to switch it up and kind of do things that work better for you. Rather than me quitting working out, I should have just worked out in the evening, which is essentially how I live now. I do not work out early in the morning anymore. It's just not how I do things. And the last thing I want to mention is there is no such thing as a perfect time to work on you. I wrote down this quote right here, and it's so crucial to my own discipline journey. And it's jumping in a cold lake too late is not going to make it any warmer. So I have found that a huge reason why we tend to fall off as women and just as people in general is because we are waiting to feel something, to be something, or to have something. Those who are successful and genuinely disciplined in life don't wait for this big moment or this big feeling. They just do it with whatever resources they have, with whatever knowledge they have, and whatever energy they have. They're gonna put into it. You're always waiting to feel ready or to have a specific resource or to be skinny or to be, told to do something in order to do it. When the only thing that you really need is the acceptance and the validation from yourself that you can do it. And I know a lot of people always say to me like, oh, I'm gonna start this, but I gotta wait for X, Y, and Z. And it's excuses. It's excuses because you think that you have to be perfect in order to start something, but that literally is an oxymoron. Starting something new or trying something that you've never tried before, you're never going to be perfect at. You need to work that muscle to become better. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy, and it takes implementing healthy habits and steps to getting there. So having an all or nothing mindset is keeping you stuck and enabling you to quit your discipline too early. If you really want to become an exceptional person who is really proud of the things that you've done in your life, You need to be able to realize that small strides actually do matter, and so do little steps, and to always say that moving a little bit more forward is better than going backwards and better than giving up. Giving up is not an option, and to keep the momentum going is saying, this is who I am, this is who I'm going to show up as, and it might not always be perfect, but it's going to be the best that I can that day. I hope that this video really inspired you guys to look inward and figure out, what am I doing right now that is preventing me from staying on this journey of discipline? You guys could have all of the blessings you want, but it would require the hard work and the mental shifts to really getting there. And being able to say to yourself, like, can I sit out of certain things? Am I able to do difficult things? Am I able to be someone who can change their life and change their mind around certain things? You need to allow yourself to fail and to get back up, but the best way to really doing it with ease is to continuously push forward and to never give up on yourself. Taking yourself seriously is the best thing that you can ever do in your life, and I promise you guys, it will never be something that you regret. I love you guys so very much. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Now let's all stay on our discipline journey so that this summer we can be our hottest, most successful, and best selves. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone. Mwah.